Hi everyone, this is Teresa with Owl's Nest Quilters. Today's FYI session is on the wing needle or the hem stitch needle. So what makes this needle special is if you look closely on the sides here, instead of a straight shank of this needle, you'll see these wide little wings that stick out on either side. These wings are designed to poke a large hole in your fabric. So when you're doing a decorative stitch where the repeat goes back to the center as in the star stitch, that will create a large hole that you can then lace through ribbons, yarns, fancy threads, anything of that nature, and give your stitching a really a whole nother dimension. So when you're selecting a stitch for the wing needle, it's important that you pick a stitch that returns to the center of the repeat multiple times. This is called a star stitch, and it's ideal for wing needle purpose because each time the stitch goes around the center, it goes back to the center every single time. So as a result, it makes a large hole inside each one of the repeats of the stitch. So once you get your stitch done, there's a couple of options. You can either put a colored fabric behind it to kind of accentuate the holes, or you can do an old heirloom technique where you take a small ribbon. The ribbon I have here is 1/16 of an inch wide. So I'm going to take a large-eyed needle and just thread that ribbon right through that needle. And then because the holes of this stitch are large, I can actually take and thread this ribbon. The large eye of the needle, or actually the large needle, will go in and out of those holes really, really easy. So once I do that to the design centers, I get this really fun effect. And this can be used for a multitude of purposes. You can do this, I've actually done this before up the side of a pair of pants or around the cuff of a white shirt. It just adds a really fun element, a three-dimensional kind of custom element if you do it in colors that you like. But as you go along, you can see how the ribbon kind of accentuates that stitch. So it's just another way to get a little more texture and interest into some of the more plain decorative stitches. So that's what it looks like when it's laced, and then this is the original stitch in the wing needle design.
Owl's Nest Quilters, because you love to create.